Okay, Jose, so this week is all about Sapura Energy, a loss-making oil and gas outfit. So you spoke to its CEO, Tan Sri Shahril, and one of the things that he said was he believes that people misunderstands Sapura Energy. So why is that?
It's like what he says, there's no other company like it on Bursa or in the region. Their asset spread is huge.
Okay.
And they have everything basically. And I think they are top 5 in the world in terms of asset service providers. They're massive companies and there's no one to compare with actually. That's what he means. And if you look at Analyst calls, I think most of them have a buy. There's only one sell, I think. But the share price is pretty depressed. So I think that's why he's saying it. Must be quite frustrating also.
So we know that Sapura Energy's share price, end of December 2013 it was 482 and last Friday it closed at 36 cents. What do you think happened there?
It's a result of the downturn in oil and gas.
Okay.
It's something they can't help. No one predicted it. And I think they didn't have that many jobs. If I'm not mistaken, that's what happened. And there are quite a few impairments. That's why last year was, I think, 2.5 billion. So it's a question of whether you have got the stomach for it or not. You can, for the long term. And I think when it was 4 something this time when they had John Fredrickson and all as shareholders, probably. So the guy bought on the open market, so that pushed the price up quite a bit.
So we know that Sapura Energy has made quite a bit of announcements lately. Are we going to see more?
They're always making announcements. They're quite aggressive. And there was some indication that there should be good things in the pipeline, according to what he didn't want to come out and say anything outright. But I think the LTA they were alluding to something like that, like it'll be good,
So we know that Tan Sri Shahril, he was very tight-lipped about the LTA with Saudi Aramco. So, but how is this going to actually help Sapura Energy?
I think it's something like how, like basically you don't have to be pre-qualified. You are one of the few companies that can bid for work there. And they've got a hell of a lot of work, so, you're going to be one of the beneficiaries. That's to put it simply, I guess, And if you see the names that are there, it's all big companies, so they're in good company.
This company has been in the news for a while now and they're dealing with a lot of issues. How is Tan Sri Shahril coping with it?
He seemed less stressed this time. He seemed pretty cool. But I think I don't think he lets it get to him. I don't know, But from what he says, they'll turn profitable in 2020. So they must be doing something, And for him to come out and say that, it says a lot, I don't know many CEOs who will put their neck on the line and say that,
The goal is to turn Sapura Energy back to black in FY20, which is just a year from now. That's very soon. So what are their plans? Did he say anything about plans?
He always points to their order book, 18 billion. So the question is, if you have an 18 billion order book, unless your execution is bad and your margins are so thorough, otherwise you should be okay. 18 billion can last you 3 to 4 years.
And these order books are for jobs in what kind of areas?
Wow, so many. As I said, they're very diverse. They even have a fabrication yard. The one used to be under Kanchana. They've got rigs, they've got engineering. So many things. They are very big, huge company. I think asset base is what? A few billion easily.
So you spoke to a few people for this story, did you? Analyst. What did they have to say about?
Analyst not really, but I spoke to other players.
All right.
It's either you believe in him or you don't. I think the thing is, at 35 cents, do you think it's worth going in or not? That's the main thing, If you trust what he says, otherwise don't, He's done quite a bit, 20 over years, So when I asked him also the same thing you asked me, you have an 18 billion order book, what can go wrong? He said if our execution goes wrong, but we've been in this business for 20 years, so it's unlikely they'll make a mistake. That's what he said off the record.
So did Tan Sri Shahril share his sentiment about the oil and gas landscape and, how will things be looking for Sapura Energy going forward?
He doesn't usually give you predictions on oil price. I've tried for quite a few years, but what I've gathered from him is next year should be good. The reason he gave was the low-hanging fruit in shale have already been taken. So need more capex. So are they willing to do that? And I'm sure he's got his own reasons also lah, for saying that. I mean, he's quite a respected guy in the industry lah.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Age Weekly at all good newsstands.